Hello everybody, welcome back to Yakko Capital. We'll be looking at BSV as usual, BTC, Ethereum, and the total market cap, just to get an idea of where everything is going. And I'm following the trial as well. I'm watching Kurt and CoinGeek, including a few other people. Getting started with BSV USD here. We'll begin with BSV USD as usual. And we'll put on our Fibonacci from all-time high to the previous low. And it'll show us some support and resistance. That's our low. It's been tapped on twice, 3 times. And it seems that we're forming a channel between the 0.38 and the 0.23. Moving on, we'll need to put in some other trend lines if possible. We have this going on here. Okay, I'm not going to use the one up here because it's going to be very steep. It won't make sense. It'll just break it. And we can see over here, right? Even if we do it like that. So there's one more trend line, but first I want to talk about this. And we can see what's going on. We have the lines of the Fibonacci here, and the bottom. And we have trend lines coming in. So it's a triangle. And it's just going to get tighter and tighter. Now, what's interesting is if we also follow this Fibonacci one and put a line right here, you can see that it's been bouncing off this. So we might actually bounce off this and break out on the upside. We might actually bounce off this and eventually break off like that. Even if we do a breakout here and then break out. There's of course the chance that it will bounce to this trend line here. Probably breaking it out and then going upside. The trial will affect this if news comes out on different social medias, different news outlets, so be careful of that. It's important to get in if you can at low prices, and if not, just hold on tight. The drops aren't that big. Like if we were to drop from there to this trend line, this support right here at the 0.23, it's only a negative 8%. And if from this price were to drop to here, it's only a 30% drop, 27%. It is pretty big, don't get me wrong. 1/3 is a big amount. We can always, and that's the reason why the other day when I put it on Twitter at Jacob Yakko 2, that I didn't go all in here. I put some in here, and I'm waiting. If it drops, I'm going to put some in here. So as I always say, even if it doesn't drop, like let's say I was asked a question, it was a good question, that what if it takes off? You're going to miss out on your other money that you put in. Okay, I'm fine with that. I mean, I can't be too greedy. It's like you're being so greedy, you're going 100% here, and then it drops and you miss out because you were too greedy thinking about that it's going to blast off, right? My other idea is that it will go up, and if it does, that the price always moves in waves, right? In cycles. So if I can't get in here and it takes off, I'm going to chill out. If it gets to here, I'm going to chill out. Don't worry about anything. Because I know it's going to come back to this area. And maybe it'll take a day, maybe it'll take 2 days, maybe a week. And then I'll buy in here. If I know this is out of the question after, like if it's a clear breakout and just bounces off here, then I'm going to get in here. So basically it's like me getting all in right now, but getting in here instead, basically patience. And the benefit of that is if it does drop here, I can get in here. If it doesn't drop, then I can wait, get in here. It's like getting in all in here. Like I'm making it work in my benefit by just listening to the market, right? In the market, I feel like it humbles everyone. And patience needs to be there just so you can follow it. I mean, it all includes risks, right? Just take it step by step and have a plan. No one can predict the market. All we can do is have a plan for the downside and have a plan for the upside. And one thing that's our edge is knowing that the market moves in waves. Okay, whether it's up or down or sideways. Just have a plan. That's all you need. Another thing I'm focusing more on now is adding limit buys, because I've thought about these coming down here. Sometimes I catch them, sometimes I don't when I'm at the computer or not, and I tend to trade very leniently without any stop losses, because I'm always looking to buy at the bottom. And if it's an asset like BSV, I believe it's going to go up. So I never put stop losses because I don't want to lose money on some stupid volatility that moves or manipulation or whatever it is, right? So I never put a stop loss for BSV. The only problem is I need to start putting buy limits. For example, over here, you'd put a buy limit. Like if you think it's going to come to this bottom here, it's at 107, right? It's at 107, 110. Then my buy limit would be 115, 120. Why? Because it might not reach it. And so I got in here like that. But other areas I didn't, right? I'll have a buy limit here. I already have one at 120. So 125. So if it comes down here and I'm not at the computer, it'll get in for me. And that's all I need to do. I need to do more of that. That's my problem, is I don't do that often. On a bigger time frame, we'll have the weekly going on here. And this is what we see. It might drop. Just have a plan. Right? If this is the trend line from here to here, right? It might drop to here. And it might stop over here and then bounce up. So just have a plan, have some money on the side. And if it does go up and you miss out here, you didn't get in here or you didn't get in here, wait for the drop back and get in here, right? And if you missed that too, if it just goes skyrocket, then be happy that it skyrocketed instead of waiting, right? There's no point of, if I don't get in all, like let's say I have $10,000. I just made off some junk coin, right? And it bounces off. It bounces off. It just goes. I'm happy. I put in 5 grand here. I didn't put the full 10 here. I put 5 in here, but I'm happy that now it's up here. But I know for a fact that it's going to come back down. And if I sell some here, I can always get back in here. So don't ever think it's the end. There's always opportunities. Just take it easy and take it step at a time and make the plan and follow the plan. That's what trading is taking out your emotions, right? That's the weekly. And the monthly, this is what we have for the monthly. There's no patterns here that I can find. Maybe here, similar to this, but it's already been the drop, which is since May. So it's already been 6. We're on the 7th month now. And the longest one was right here where we had about a year. Okay. I don't know how long it'll take. The trial maybe will help it. Who knows? If bad news comes out for BSV or for Craig, this is, believe it or not, it's going to drop. If good news comes out, believe it or not, it's probably not going to move. It's just the market sentiment, right? That's all it is. Let's take a look at BTC and what's going on there. It's important to look at these because this is showing the market sentiment right now. Even though there is a lot of FUD and bullshit going on with BTC, Ethereum, Tether, and all that, the whole market in itself, it doesn't matter right now because right now 90% of the people are in that market. And if you want BSV to go up, that 90% better start moving to BSV. Okay, this is why the whole court trial is going on. Not the sole reason, but it's one of the reasons. It's going to bring on more adoption. So if you want that right now we're just looking at where the main market sentiment is. And you can see that last month BTC closed at an all-time high. Believe it or not, this is going to go higher. I don't know where. 70, 80, 100, who knows? Okay. But looking at previous patterns, it might go to 70 to 80 and then turn around from there. Because why? Look at ETH. ETH just made an all-time high. Okay. And BTC and ETH are on top of the market sentiment right now. They're the top dogs, market caps, everything. Even though they are BS with their tech, they are the top. And that's where the market's going. So Ethereum made an all-time high. And its monthly also closed in 2 months. It closed that were all-time highs. And now this month is making another one. Okay. So it's important to notice that. And it might go to 7K or 6K or 10. I don't know. You would have to draw some Fibonacci and look at it from there. Okay. If we were to do the Fibonacci, let's say from here to here. Okay. We might be looking at 5,000 or 8,000. Looking at total market cap, that's making an all-time high. And this is excluding BTC, it's making an all-time high. Now, total 2 is excluding BTC, and total is with BTC. And you can see that they're very similar. Okay? If they weren't similar, if total was way higher, it means BTC was pushing it up higher, right? But the total is very similar. That means now it's basically alt season's kicking in. After BTC does its run, alt season's kicking in, which is Ethereum. And then it's going to go from Ethereum to Solana and all that stuff, which Solana's already gone, but Ethereum into Tron, into other ERC or TRC20 tokens, into other low cap tokens, and then XRP and all that. Hopefully, some of that will flood into BSV USD. Hopefully, it's when the trial is near its ending, so that the news comes out, we're in a bull market, and everyone just floods into BSV. That's our best case scenario. Okay? Usually best case scenarios don't play out, but that's our best case scenario. Worst case scenario is BSV stays the same or drops to 130, 120, right? And we're going to look at BSV BTC. A lot of people are talking about this as well, is that it's very low. And I wanted to bring something up. If we were to look at something, so let's say we're at 1 cent. Okay, we're going to go to 1 cent. So here is 1 cent. So it's basically saying this is 1% of BTC. And if we were to do a price drop, we've basically done a 73% crash. Okay. Now, to hit 80% crash, like we normally do in 80 to 90, like we normally do in bearish markets, that's what we're looking at. It's going to drop a little more than that if it does drop, right? Which is about 36%. Now, I'll be honest with you, if it drops another 36% from here, some of my positions will be closed that I bought on TDXP where it's BSV BTC. I'm okay with that. Okay? Let's say I get margin called for 5 BSV. Okay? That's $600, $700, right? Then let's say I lose down here the 5, then I'll put another 5 in, right? And let's say it hits to 1% of BTC. It's about 500%. So my 5 just made another 25. That's what the game plan is. I'm just having a plan. I can't tell the future. No one can tell the future, right? All you're doing is managing your risk and picking what your plan is for each side. If it goes up, then good. I'm going to make money if it goes up. And if it goes down, I'm going to lose a little bit, but I'm going to put more and it's going to go up. Why? The biggest risk is trusting BSV. That's the biggest risk. The biggest risk isn't putting in money into the market. The biggest risk is picking an asset and that asset doesn't perform or doesn't have any real value, real tech. BSV hasn't performed properly, but the tech is there. Okay, and that's what matters. You're investing in the tech, not in the short-term gains. Even though we like gains, I'm just saying, when you invest in an asset and appreciating value, you're looking at the innovation. That's all it is. All right, so make a plan, stick to it, and follow it. and you'll come out, even if you don't come out with what you originally thought about, coming out with 60 to 70% of what you had intentions to get out of, that's fine. That's better than nothing, okay? I want to talk to you about a story that I had with Decentraland, and I bought Mana back here in 5 cents, 4 cents, and I bought about 12,000 of it, coins or whatnot, right? And so Decentraland is a place where you can buy property, and you can have like parties, you can host whatever. And so this is my account. I have 0 Mana now, but what I want to show you is that I bought Mana, and you can see here I tried to sell the property, but because Mana is so expensive now, my property went from 5 cents per coin to $3, $5, right? I only spent like, what, 600 bucks, right? Back in here, $600, and the thing skyrocketed. So I had 12,000 coins, and times 5 is, you can tell, 60 grand USD, okay? And so I'm trying to sell this land for 12 or 15,000 coins, but it's not selling. And to change that, I had to pay fees, and the fees on Ethereum were stupid, okay? So I created an order in April to sell gas fees, okay? Just this gas fee, just to send, like, make a transaction with the value of that, $49. Okay, I'm like, okay, this is in April. I tried to do another coin. Here's what I eventually ended up with, 8,300 USD. I tried to do another create order. It didn't go through or whatnot. I did another, I sent money in from my other wallet. I had to change USDT to Ethereum, send it here, and then I had to pay. Okay. And to send 100, I was testing the new wallet. To send 100, I had to pay 41 USD. And then to send the rest of the amount, 39 USD. Look how stupid this is. If I want to swap, okay, so I have USDT, I'm going to take all these out. If I want to swap USDT, because I had USDT in this wallet, to Ethereum, okay, and I'm going to go $100. Okay. And review 3, whatever, doesn't matter. So it's getting quotes. Look at this rapage. Gas fees, $144. So for me to swap 100 tethers into Ethereum, which is on the same blockchain, from my understanding, it's going to cost me 117 extra. It keeps changing, right? Up to a maximum fee of 212. It's retarded. It's so stupid. But I did make $8,000, okay? And so moving them into BSV. That's why I'm saying that I can do that. I had other investments way before I got into BSV that I'm putting it in, and I'm placing my orders properly. I have a plan. Goes up, goes down, there's a plan. That's it. Stick to it, all right? I just wanted to show you how crappy Ethereum was, and I'm out of Mana. I'm not doing this, but I hope BSV comes out with this, and they can have properties and whatnot to buy and host events and whatnot, play around. I think it'd be great, and it would put Meta or Facebook to shame if we could do this on BSV. Well, that's it for today. I hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment, share it. Helps a lot. Have a good one, everyone.